walked the whole length of the country just to get here has earned my attention.
I think our saviors have finally arrived.
Saviors?
Never forget the heroes of Fort Defiance.
Nice mustache. And yeah, I don't know about heroes. We dropped the... Let me restate that. What they did is the best they could think of at the time. They think. But working together with the first responders would have been the appropriate thing to do. We launched a nuke, dropped it on that hole, and they only seemed to be just fine. And I don't know why we thought that would work, because they were born from the radiation. Am I ranting? Does it seem like I'm ranting? I feel like I'm ranting. It just doesn't make sense. We didn't know not all these people had to die for that. But isn't that the way war usually goes? War never changes. Anyways, we're on our way to Fort Atlas. Finally, to talk to this Russel Dorsey. Wow, look at that place. Does the Brotherhood make anything of their own, or do they just put their symbols on everything? Just food for thought. Let's take a look at our datas here. Forging trust. The Brotherhood of Steel has returned to Appalachia and taken over the old Atlas Observatory. You know, they didn't make their own. They just took over a place. Like, hostile, like, takeover? If I'm making introductions, I should start with the young man who's keeping watch at the entrance of the compound. And somehow I already know his name. Wow, look at this little guy go.
Protect and serve.
Oh. Russel Dorsey? They got quite a few fellers. Hello.
Protect and serve.
Yeah. Fort Atlas. Wow, look at that place. Hey,
If
man.
you're looking to make a difference, you've come to the right place.
Is this a self-help group?
Word is?
Hello,
Brotherhood
Russel
needs new
Dorsey,
soldiers.
Brotherhood Initiate. Welcome to Fort Atlas.
I just want to say, it is so rude when two people are having a conversation to just walk in between them. Just throwing that out there. Fort Atlas?
Formerly the Atlas Observatory, now headquarters for the Brotherhood of Steel.
Oh, I see. And what's your story, Russel Dorsey?
Me? Oh, I'm just a guy who wanted to be a part of something special. A place to do something that really mattered. I picked up the messages the Brotherhood were broadcasting on the way here, and I came out ahead to help set up the place, hoping they'd let me join. They liked my initiative, and now I'm an initiate. Nice bit of symmetry, I thought.
Okay. Good for you. So what's going on here?
Well,
Wow, there she
this
goes.
is Fort Atlas, new headquarters of the Brotherhood of Steel in Appalachia. The Brotherhood's in the process of getting everything in order here, but already people from all over Appalachia are turning up. Some need help, some want to join, but it seems like everybody's curious what comes next. I just say what Paladin Romani says. We're here to help.
But are they actually here to help? I'd like to know more about the Brotherhood.
Of course. What you want to know?
I would like to know, how many Brotherhood are here?
Pretty sure that's strategic information I'm not supposed to just give out to anybody that asks.
So you don't know. I see. What's it like being an initiate?
Oh, it's an honor. I know that sounds like some recruiting poster nonsense, but really, it is. I finally feel like I'm part of something meaningful. Building a better world alongside other people who've committed their lives to that cause. Sure, sometimes it means doing guard shifts in the rain, but hey, small price to pay for real purpose, right?
Yeah, okay, all right. What can you tell me about the Brotherhood?
The Brotherhood of Steel is a... well, I guess you'd call it a military organization.
Uh-huh.
Founded originally out in California around when the bombs fell.
Uh-huh.
We're dedicated to rebuilding society and preserving old technology. keeping the mistakes of the past from being repeated, you know? One of the members from California could tell you more, I'm sure.
Kind of like dropping. The irony in all of this is that we we took under the Brotherhood's leftover mission because they couldn't destroy the Scorched. We dropped a nuke on the Queen, on the Fissure Site Prime, to eliminate it. No, it's gonna be great. I wanted to ask you something else.
What do you need?
I'd like to speak to somebody in charge.
Looking to sign up? Or just curious? Well, either way, I guess it's not me you want to talk to. Most of the fort's off limits to civilians, but if you're interested, Knight Shin's in charge of the new recruits. He's very serious about protocol and security, so you'll have to speak to him first if you want to get anywhere.
Great. Sounds like a great guy. All right, I saw this out of the corner of my eye. Last details. To any interested party, sorry for the absence, but the Brotherhood are getting close to the... And there's a few things I have to square away before they get here. The place is still locked up, and don't want anybody screwing around in there until they arrive. If you've donated to the construction, look at what you helped me make. You should be proud. I know I am. Ooh, dang it. Combination of all the wrong buttons. And if you're actually the Brotherhood reading this, then I'm not back yet. I'll be reporting for duty the moment I return. I'll be back soon. Russel Dorsey.
Killing ghouls for a roof over my head sounds like a good trade to me.
Yeah, I like Russell. I do. What is this? Oh, here we go. Dorsey's diary. Oh, boy. This is going to be good. Diary of Russel Dorsey, private. Is he a private, or is he saying that it is private? Figured I'd start this journal while I'm out here. Being alone in a place like this, a guy starts talking to himself anyway, so I guess I might as well write it all down. Something to look back on when this is all finished, maybe. I was looking for scrap when I picked up the signal, and it was so faint, just a crackle of static at first, but then a few words came through here and there. I couldn't understand it until it repeated a few times. The Brotherhood of Steel was coming back to West Virginia. It seemed impossible, but between the hissing and the pops, those words were real. I don't know what's bringing them back or why they waited so long to send one from out west. But as soon as I understood what was happening, I packed what I had and came out to Atlas. This is where they're coming, so this is where I have to be. I've been thinking about Dad a lot while I've been doing all this. Everything I set up here, I ask myself, how would he have done it? I can still picture the house we lived in after the bombs fell. All the repairs he made, the extension he added so he could put in the water purifier in the greenhouse. I think he'd approve of what I'm building here. I wish he could live to have seen it. Not sure I'd ever have come out here if he had, though. Still miss him. Greg, wherever you are, thanks again. Greg was the guy I met on the road in Virginia. Old Robco technician back before the bombs fell. Used to work on Protectron units, going out to corporate consumers and doing on-site maintenance, fixing broken motivators and that kind of thing. When I met him, he had this Protectron that followed him around. He called him Clanks. Ha! That's great. And he'd glued a ragged old top hat onto its head, made him carry his stuff as he traveled. It sounds great and horrible at the same time. Hello, Clanks. Anyways, we were camping one night, and he made Clanks do a little dance routine, reciting a silly song in that mechanical voice they all have. Worst singing you've ever heard, but it made us laugh. That does sound pretty great. He explained to me how he'd found the unit in an old shopping center, still running, but with a busted leg servos, and refurbished it. He opened up Clanks and showed me how you could hotwire their motherboards, activating maintenance circuits to override their command systems. It's funny, I never thought that would be all that useful. When I showed up here, it was not easy. Luring a Protectron into a position where you can crack open their service panel and do some jerry-rigging. But the good news is if you get one, it's a lot easier to get more. This place was a wreck, man, when I got here. Nothing but wrecked vehicles, junk, and insane robots patrolling it all. Barely got away when they first attacked me. I don't know what they were doing here, but back in the day, or why an observatory would have security robots, but I'm glad they did. Even if they almost blasted me at first, if they weren't here, none of this would have been possible without the bots to do so much of the lifting and welding and all the other heavy construction. I'd barely have some sandbags in this place here. I see. So the robots did a ton of the work. That makes a lot of sense. Instead, we cleared out the rubble, started on the walls. Heck, we even got a landing pad on the go. I'm not even sure if the Brotherhood have any flyers, but I had the space, so why not? That is interesting. Still not sure of what's inside the place, though. I could hear more robots clinking around in there, and when I peeked inside, it seemed like a wreck. I just boarded up the exits, and so whatever's in there stays in there until the Brotherhood shows up. They will know what to do better than I would, and the outside's enough work as it is. That's fair. Haven't had much time to spare to write here. The Brotherhood's back. I thought things were busy here when it was just me and the bots getting ready, but now things have really kicked into gear. I have to admit, I was surprised when it was just the 3 of them. There's only 3. Wow. I figured a whole platoon or a troop or whatever you call it was on the way, but it was just Paladin, Knight, and Scribe. Wow, so there's only 3. They had a bunch more folks with them, but only those 3 were actual Brotherhood, it turns out. I see. Everyone else were just would-be members they'd picked up along the way, like me, I guess. I'm the real deal now, though, Brotherhood Initiate Dorsey. They looked at everything I'd gotten ready for them and swore me in almost on the spot. Nearly thought it was a joke. But, you know, Night Shin's not really the joking type. I think I'll get along with him. Not. I still wake up some mornings thinking it was all a dream, but it's real. I'm truly part of something now, and I hope somehow Dad sees what I've done, and he's proud. All right, Initiate me. Get back to work. All right, Initiate me. I'm going to leave his diary there. Maybe it'll get updated. Oh, Dorsey, I like you. Nope, I got nothing new. Wow, he did get the flyer pad down. Well, I guess we'll go in, and I'm going to put this away. See what's up in here. Oh, well, this is lovely. They've got
I
Brotherhood
have real
graffiti.
duties to attend to. The outer perimeter is still unsecured, the provisions aren't properly stowed, and we're awash in hopefuls. I have no time to be babysitting civilians.
Your duties are what I say they are, Knight. Your objections are noted, but this is a direct order from your commanding officer. Help us put on a good face for the local people. We've just moved into their backyard. They're nervous. Show them we mean no harm.
If you insist, Paladin. If there's nothing further, I'll have the completed report on your desk shortly.
I expect nothing less from you. As you were, Shin.
Paladin,
Woof. Hey, buddy.
if you're here with a request for the Brotherhood, get in line. I don't have time for you right now.
Oh, so you're nice and warm, aren't you? We haven't been introduced.
Knight Daniel Shin, Brotherhood of Steel, 1st Expeditionary Force. We've got important work to do here, so get to the point.
Okay, wow, real nice. Were you fighting with that officer?
That was a Brotherhood matter, civilian, and none of your concern. You're trying my patience, so get on with it.
I just wanted to see how far I could get. I'm actually an initiate myself, you know,
Atlas is in good hands.
sir.
You're not one of mine. Don't tell me you followed that automated program Taggarty's people left behind at Fort Defiance. I respect that you did that. But that was a desperate measure on their part, and doesn't represent true Brotherhood traditions. You want to be one of us? You're gonna have to earn it. From living members, including me.
Oh, okay, so it means nothing. Russel Dorsey sent me in to talk to you.
Did he? Initiate Dorsey is supposed to be manning his post at the entrance, not acting as my secretary.
Just so happens he can do both. You seem pretty tightly wound. Do you ever unclench, buddy?
I am not known by my initiates for tolerating foolishness, outsider. Persist in that tone, and you will learn how much less I tolerate it from civilians.
I see. This guy's too much fun. Are you recruiting any new initiates?
That is within the scope of Paladin Romani's directives. It takes more than just asking, of course. You would have to prove yourself. If you are sincere about wishing to join our ranks, you would have to earn the approval of the officers here, including me. Is that why you're here? Another hopeful dreaming of service to the Brotherhood?
I don't know about that.
Links in the chain, bound in Brotherhood.
I'm gonna go with what would it mean to join the Brotherhood?
If we accept you as an initiate, and that is far from certain, you would be pledging yourself to our order and our cause. Our order exists to locate, secure, and protect dangerous technologies. Humanity cannot be trusted with the means to destroy itself. We will not allow another apocalypse.
I mean,
This better be worth it.
I don't know. I mean, I got through and dropped a nuke, so I need to think about this though. I had some other questions.
Make it quick.
You should get that mutation tree, civilian.
So what are the Brotherhood doing here?
The specifics of our mission are not for discussion with civilians.
Of
We're
course not.
under orders from Elder Maxon.
Oh, that guy.
Stay out of our way, and we won't have any problems.
Oh, is that how it's gonna be? Well, Dorsey thought I might be able to help you out there, dingus.
Initiate Dorsey is too trusting, but I can't fault his commitment. Perhaps he sees something in you worth our interest. Are you another aspirant to our order?
Keep fighting out there.
So is my only option
I hope I'll get
my only option okay, let's just say maybe for now. I'd say maybe.
This isn't a casual decision, civilian.
Yeah, I
Becoming
get
one
that.
of us is committing yourself and your life to a cause. Be certain. Otherwise, you're wasting both your time and mine.
I see. So I have to join you in order to move forward with this quest. If you're an example of the Brotherhood, maybe not.
Insults are for children. Grow up or move along. But stop wasting my time.
You know, I just don't really know. I'll tell you what. I can see no greater honor than to join the noble Brotherhood.
If you mean that, then you are right.
Oh,
But if that's sarcasm, I recommend you stow it. Immediately. Normally, I'd stick you with the other hopefuls until we decide whether you're worthy. But
Wow.
if you're serious about joining us,
never
you've
gonna
got
get
good
any from
timing.
somewhere down the
There's something you could do for me that would help the Order and demonstrate your qualities as a candidate.
something tells me this
We've
is gonna
had a
be
number
running
of
errands.
civilians show up here at Fort Atlas, asking for one thing or another from the Brotherhood. People are afraid,
We're here to
or
protect
want
the
something,
people.
or looking to involve
learn
us
that in
in
time.
local squabbles. Civilian outreach is not my specialty. There's too much left to do to secure this facility.
Yeah, I
if you're
couldn't
really
tell.
interested in helping, save my time.
protection.
Interview the petitioners, find out what they want, and report back to me.
All right. Well, I guess I'll do that. Just out of curiosity, is there another member of the Brotherhood I could speak to?
No. The chain that binds dictates a strict hierarchy of command.
Of course.
And, as the only knight present, the initiates are directly under me. Unless I say so, your contact with the Brotherhood stops here.
Ah, okay, all right. Well, sure, I can do that. I think I've exhausted.
That's right. Don't make me regret giving you the opportunity.
Or
Conduct
what?
yourself properly, and we can consider putting you forward as an initiate candidate.
I just do not like this guy, but I like messing with him. All right, we'll start with you, Sean Hoffman.
You better have something useful to say to me.
Whoa, easy, buddy. I'm not actually part of the Brotherhood. Don't take it out on me.
What? Oh, hey, sorry about that. You're right. Ain't right me blowing up on you like that. I'm just really wound up, and none of these Brotherhood types are giving me the time of day.
Yeah, I'm not sure you even want it if you do get it. So, who are you? I don't even know you. What did I? Oh, never mind. Yeah, so, Knight Shin is having me, talk to you guys. What do you got?
Find,
Oh,
protect, and preserve.
can't even come to me himself?
Nope,
What, he needs to requisition some more armor polish?
probably.
All right, keep it cool, Sean. So, what's he got to say to me?
Well, tell me what your problem is.
The problem is that a couple of these Brotherhood clowns showed up and took a bunch of my stuff at gunpoint. Now, I'm a peaceful man. I really am. I sure wasn't equipped to deal with armed thugs requisitioning the little I've managed to put together for myself. Never understood the Raiders. I like the quiet life. I don't need much, and I need trouble less. But after this, I get it. I came here to give the Brotherhood a chance to make things right. Else maybe I go to Crater and start doing things their way. At least they don't pretend to be the good guys.
That's fair. And honestly, the Crater, they're a mixed bag. I think ultimately there's some good people in there. I'll tell them what you told me, Sean. I promise.
Hey, thanks. I just needed someone to listen and take me seriously. I hope you can convince them.
Oh, I'll convince them. And I tell you what, if I see any fake Brotherhood or regular Brotherhood hustling, I'm gonna have a problem with it. All right, looks like we got 3 more diamonds down here. Well, let's I'm actually gonna start back here.
Something I can do for you.
Nope, I'm gonna start with Tally Ling. Hello, Tally.
Hey. Yeah, you. Who do I need to talk to around here? You know, about the guns? You don't look like one of these Brotherhood yahoos. Name's Tally Lane. What's your deal?
Guns? You seem a little anxious.
Who, me? Nah. Nah. Cool as a cryo grenade, me. Definitely.
Her eye was twitching. Wait, who are you?
I just told you, dummy. Tally Lane. Just another chick trying to make it in the wasteland. You know?
Sure. Okay. Night Shin sent me to speak to everybody.
Shin? He the scary guy with the stick up his butt? Alright, shoot.
It's so far up there. Hey, come on, Tally. Trust me. I'm friends with Crater. Who are you really?
Hey, Ixnay on the Ader Crate! You trying to blow this for me? Listen, my gang could really use those guns, so don't screw this up for me. If anybody asks, just pretend like you bought the act, okay?
Okay. So I take that the guns are what you're after then?
Yeah, that's right. Big shiny guns.
Yeah.
Now, all the talk in the area is about these Brotherhood folks with their high-tech toys, and I thought, Tally, you gotta get some of that. For self-defense, of course. Just so me and some of my poor, innocent friends can protect ourselves from all the nasty folks out there.
I see. Okay, well, I can't promise anything, but I'll tell Night Shin. I should go.
Hey, I get it. The promises backfire all the time. Well, go get him, Tiger.
Thanks, Tally. All right. Let's
Hey, here comes trouble.
The people of Appalachia think a bomb
Art
is a
Knapp,
thing.
you seemed like you really wanted to talk to me. Oh, I see you're busy. Art? Still in an animation?
I should be getting back to work, so get at it if you're gonna.
Well, I'm
Well,
trying.
now look at you. You with these Steel brother fellas? I've been waiting a good spell to talk to them.
How long have you been waiting?
Longer than I'd prefer. These Steel types ain't half disorganized right now, it looks like. Heard the news about these fellas and reckoned I'd better go see 'em. Ain't the only one neither, I see.
I mean, you're not wrong. So what is it you do?
Farming, such as it is. Got a patch ain't barely more than scald. But it's mine, and I manage.
Look what the rad roach dragged in.
What's with these Bethesda NPCs? Oh my gosh. Sort of. Night Shin asked me to speak to everybody.
Well, it's about time. I'd like to die of old age waiting on 'em. Name's Art Knapp. So, what's this night fella sent you for?
You looking at something?
Well, isn't your farm in danger with you away?
Got seed in the ground right now. I ain't yet seen a raider willing to scrabble in the soil for seeds, so I reckon it'll get by till I'm back.
That's fair enough. I did see Crater is struggling with that process. Tell me more about yourself.
Ain't much to tell. Been a farmer one way or another, all my life. My daddy before me, and so on. Set up in these parts after I heard it was safe again. Turned out, there's plenty of raiders fixing to take what ain't nailed down. Ain't much use bellyaching about it, but neither am I just gonna roll over and let some bullies take what's mine.
Okay, that's fair. I was asked to find out what you wanted from the Brotherhood.
A fair trade's what I want. I've heard stories about these Steel types back in the day. They was going around taking things from folks. For the cause, they said. Yeah, like that don't make 'em raiders too. Well, I ain't got much, and I already got to worry about raiders. So, I reckon it's better to make a deal up front. My farm don't produce much, but I got some extra. I expect they'll have a use for it. In return, I want these Steel boys and girls to keep raiders away from my farm. Heard a lot of noise they was on our side. So, seems fair.
That does seem fair, Art. I'll bring him your offer. Take care.
Fair enough. Can't expect more than that. Thank you. You take care too.
Oh, you can expect more than that. It just doesn't mean you'll get anything. All right, guy. You're the quiet one.
Or go away. I do not tolerate eavesdroppers.
I see.
Yes? Something I can help you with? I am waiting to speak with a Brotherhood representative. I have no interest in small talk with strangers.
You're about as friendly as Shin. I was going to speak to Shin for you, but if you're going to be like that...
Perhaps I spoke too hastily. I can be rather unthinkingly brusque. Dr. Edgar Blackburn, at your service. Are you working with this Night Shin? What has he said to you?
Tally, go sit down. Right now. Tally, go.
You
Tally.
looking at something?
I'm looking at you. Go away. I'm trying to talk.
Quick if you would. My bones ain't getting any.
Tell me about yourself.
I am sure you have more interesting things to do than listen to a poorly socialized wasteland doctor talk about himself. In short, I trained in multiple specialties before the war, and had a brief career as a research scientist prior to the bombs dropping. Finding myself fortunate enough to survive, I have continued my research, such as it is. Now I focus on the health of the people of Appalachia. Please do not ask me to examine any strange growths. I am not that kind of doctor.
Does this look infected to you? Thank you, Tally. Oh my goodness. He asked me to find out what you wanted from the Brotherhood.
I had heard that the Brotherhood possessed advanced technology. As a doctor and a scientist, this was of great interest. My research is always in need of equipment and materials rather difficult to obtain by scavenging and bartering. I came to see if an arrangement could be made, but from what I can see of their operations, they are as yet still in too much disarray. Given the state of my fellow supplicants, I would hypothesize that their needs likely outweigh my own.
This is ridiculous.
Something I can do for you.
Yeah, you could get the heck out of the way, man. All right, I'll pass that along to Night Shin right away.
Thank you. Be well.
That's unsettling. That was a very unsettling conversation. I got some real bad vibes from that guy.
No meat. Approved.
Okay.
What
All
is
right.
it now?
No, I'm looking around to make sure there's no notes or holotapes. Oh, the NPCs are insane. Whoa. Okay, so we could go that way. Looks like, oh, I need springs. Okay. Nope. It's just they put their logos on everything, huh? Yeah, I don't know. To me, right now, they're gonna have to prove to me that they're not just raiders, because they are serving a higher purpose or some crap like that.
I'm never gonna make a name for myself holding down
The
a fort.
only reason you should be back here is if you're
When
ready
do I
to
get to
give your
go out and
report.
prove my worth? We're
I'm ready
building
to give my
something big
report.
here.
Night
Don't get left
Shin.
behind.
Have you finished the task I gave you?
I have. I've spoken to the petitioners, and I am ready with the report.
Good. Let's get this done. I have the list from their arrival. Give me the high-level overview.
High-level overview. Okay, let's start with Sean Hawkman. He was robbed by people claiming to be the Brotherhood.
Impossible. Whatever happened, it was not us.
Okay, that doesn't mean that you're free from... You have to set it straight. Okay. So, don't you want to find out who at least did it? You know what? What matters is he believes it, and you should help him out.
That sounds like something Paladin Romani would say. But what he believes is of no concern of ours.
Really?
Our people did not rob this man. We are not involved, and it should remain that way. Give me your next report.
Okay, well, this is going about as well as I expected. Even Taggarty had her doubts near the end. In fact, probably most of the time she had her doubts. Tally Lang wants to buy some guns from you.
No. We are not arms dealers.
Let's play along. Let's play along. She and her friends could really use the protection.
Listen to me. The Brotherhood is not in the business of arming civilians. End of discussion. Moving on.
Wow, I feel like I'm getting nowhere. Art Knapp wants to trade a share of his crops for protection from raiders.
We are not mercenaries here to serve as guards for anyone with some goods to trade in payment.
Fight is just beginning.
Okay, but do you grow your own seeds? Do you farm? Where do you get your food from, Shin? Huh? It sounds like a fair deal to me.
That's irrelevant. The Brotherhood cannot simply be hired out to every farmer and homesteader. We have our own concerns.
Yeah,
Enough
and-
about that. What's next?
Where do you even get your food? Oh, Shin. Dr. Blackburn was looking for some supplies for his research.
The Brotherhood is not a charity, and our mission does not cover providing civilians with equipment to pursue their personal interests, unless the doctor intends to provide that research to the Brotherhood exclusively, and under our supervision, he will get nothing.
Wow. He actually said other people seem to need you more.
That shows commendable discipline. Scribe Valdez may have interest if he returns, but if so,
Keep
he
that
is her
armor in
problem.
good
That
shape.
appears to resolve the
Your
matter
life
on
could
our
depend
end.
on it.
I don't think you resolved
That
anything.
finishes your reports. Against my initial judgment, you have shown that you can take orders and make yourself useful for the Brotherhood. You need to lose those soft civilian instincts, but I will make note of your assistance in my report to Paladin Romani. Should you wish to join our ranks, I will not oppose your enlistment. I grant you permission, provisionally, to enter the compound proper. Go to our scribe Valdez. You will need her support as well if you want Paladin Romani's attention.
Okay. Are you really not going to help any of them?
What I am going to do is make the recommendations I see fit in my report to Paladin Romani. As the commanding officer, the final decisions will be hers. And your concern in the matter ends here.
Of course it does. Because you've not even said anything or talked to any of them.
Let us take care of things here.
I don't suppose you have time for questions now.
Let me complete my report. If I do not have other pressing duties, then I will consent to your questions.
Okay, thanks. I'll do that.
Be vigilant, outsider.
Yeah, nope, not
Do not
liking
attempt
this.
to access the secure parts of this facility, civilian. We
I'm
are
about
watching
to
you.
right now. Forging trust complete.
One day, one late night, then I'll show those raiders who's boss.
That's fair. Brotherhood Roundtable. Whoa, look at this place. Mother of Invention. So why did they pick the Atlas Observatory as their base? Wow, they've got graffiti everywhere. They are raiders, aren't they? Raiders pretending to be the greater good, but not helping anyone. Scribe
Sure you
Valdez,
do.
I really
Here to
hope
lend a hand?
I really hope you have some, a
We have to cut
different
ourselves free from America
shade
to rebuild
to cast
America.
on the Brotherhood.
Take the old
Hello, civilian. I don't mean to be rude, but what exactly are you doing up here?
I helped out that Shin guy. He said to talk to you about getting in on this Brotherhood action.
Did he now? Knowing Knight Shin, I'm guessing that's not exactly how it went down.
It's
but
not.
If you're a prospective initiate, then I guess we're both in luck. Paladin Romani makes the call on new recruits, but the Knight and I have some influence. It just so happens I'm in need of someone to help me out on a little mission. If you're interested, I can bring you along and put you to work. Do a good job, and I'll send a recommendation your way. How
can only
about
hope. I mean, if there's guns involved, I'm definitely in. You know, what does this mission exactly entail?
Our new base is littered with old technology, but there's something in particular I want to investigate. It's down in the bowels of this place, a part of Atlas that we've cornered off. I'm not keen on going alone, so I'd like some backup.
That's fair. Let's call it a deal.
Glad we can come to an agreement. Any questions before we start?
I like you a lot more than I like Shin. I'm ready to go.
Great. Unfortunately, I need to finish up a few things here. Head downstairs and I'll meet you in a bit.
Okay, cool. Okay, so just gonna throw
Shouldn't
this
you
out
be
there.
waiting in the entryway?
Calm down. If you guys want a before, because I can't get it now, what the Atlas Observatory had in it beforehand, I will link a description down to Oxhorn's video. He did a video on the before and after footage when it comes to this. So yeah, thought I'd throw that down there. All right, maybe I'll get to try out this beautiful new pepper shaker I found. Oh, hey, wow, that was fast. Let me just put this away. I thought I was alone. All right, what you got? Scribe Valdez.
Good, you're here. So, how do you feel about reading comprehension? I was hoping to start out by sweeping the area for documentation left behind from before the war.
If you're talking about lore, it's kind of my favorite thing to do. But I'm not very smart. I'm an expert on terminals especially.
Oh, you've read a lot of terminal entries then.
Yeah, I sure have. Millions. I've read millions of terminals.
To think I've been outdone.
Uh-huh.
But enough about that.
Oh,
I'd like to get started. Let's head downstairs and see what we can turn up.
I'll be honest, this is my favorite part. I love delving. Let's delve. This is it? You brought me here for this? Oh! You know, I just had to check the closet just in case. All right. Warm up over. I'm just gonna... I also like to collect scrap. Ooh! Oh, here we go. Uh-oh. I hear Amnes. Yes! Yes! Oh, this shotgun's amazing!
Wow, that hurt.
Yeah, those guys are kind of not great. Oh, this gun. Valdez, yeah. Oh, you're doing the thing. Okay.
Here's
All
a
right.
document.
Let's read it. Atlas Decommission Report number 3. Atlas, oh, yeah, okay. Lieutenant Marks, 8/23/2077. Intake pressure and stress test. A single use of the Atlas device requires a huge intake of coolant to keep the machine operational. Pumping this coolant through the device during operation puts a worrying amount of stress on its pipes, pumps, and valves. Repeated usage testing has revealed signs of cracks and breakage throughout. Furthermore, a hasty construction of the machine has led to structural flaws that could lead to high pressure buildup in the intake points, which could have destructive results if not addressed. These flaws could have been averted with careful design protocols, but the pressures of the war overrode these concerns. I would be remiss not to recommend the excess of caution when proceeding with future projects. 3 of 3. Interesting. So we got notes 3 of 3, and Rabco's got them laid out for us real nice. We're going to do our own investigations because, you know, I need scrap. All right. So it looks like this was built pretty hastily. Why?
Here's one.
Yeah, I'm wondering, is this militant? Is Atlas Observatory militant? Because that's the only reason I could see them being. This is number 1. I read these out of order. Lieutenant Marks. I'm guessing that's Lieutenant. 8/23/2077. Same day. General post-mortem. Following the dismissal of Dr. Isaac Hammond, LTC, Lieutenant Colonel, Oberlin has tasked me with overseeing the shutdown of Atlas Project. Oh wow! This report outlines and states of the state of the project as of its termination. I see. While showing promise in its final trials, the project still has major stability issues, and considerable additional effort would be required to create a consistently operational device. The working trials impacted the operation of several key components, including the miniaturized ion focus and the primary induction coil. Also of concern was the enormous stress put on the coolant intake pumps and possible defects discovered in the release valves. Oh. Interesting. What were they making? I may have shot the terminals a bit. Look, I'm not great with sensitive equipment. Here we go, we get another one.
This looks like what we need.
Yeah, part 2.
This must be Dr. Hammond, Atlas's lead scientist.
And he was
We recovered some of his holotapes and logs in our initial sweep of the area. This tech down here is his handiwork.
Yeah.
And he couldn't give it up. Even after the war, I should make arrangements for a proper burial.
Aw, I like Valdez. Okay, and again, the link down to Oxhorn's video, that will go into more depth that I don't have access to, or at least I don't know where to find it yet. Lieutenant Marks again, same day, selected component status, ion focus. Our experiment with a compact ion focus has left it vulnerable to strong feedback during device initiation. It survived the test, but the design should be reconsidered before any further use is attempted. Induction coil. The induction coil suffers the same feedback susceptibility as the ion focus. Repeated usage causes significant variance in the flux distributions throughout the coil. Redesign of this device also needs consideration if it is to be used in any future trials, as the potential risk of frying the coil could require substantial capital in the replacement parts. I see. Core processing unit, while CPU, as most people know them, while firmware updates have proven useful in troubleshooting important aspects of Atlas operational capability, the sheer processing power required to execute the necessary commands require a special order CPU. This CPU came at great cost to the operation, and numerous computing breakdowns during trial runs led leadership to question its long-term stability as well. Full diagnostic report pending. So, man, okay, so this is Hammond. He was fired in that note we saw, or his termination. So, I gotta think that this was definitely it had to be funded by government, right? Like, how could they afford it? I'll talk to you in a minute. I'm gonna see this Atlas Diagnostics terminal. Run diagnostics check. Failed. It's not gonna let me do it. Is it because I shot the panel? Oh, I hope not. All right, I guess I'll talk to you first.
That should be enough to start. Let me take a look.
Okay, here you go.
Atlas decommission report. So the project was in bad shape after all? Oh, I knew it sounded too good to be true.
It was in August.
Fascinating. Wow. This is some seriously classified stuff that I just let you read, isn't it?
It is.
I wasn't supposed to show you any of this.
You can say that again. What on earth is Atlas Project? I'm just kidding. I'm not here to pry. I'm just here to help.
That's a mature attitude to take. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
There's only so much I can tell you, but I'll share what I feel is relevant. Atlas wasn't exactly an observatory before the war. That was just a front. The military conducted research here. Pretty advanced research. We're down here to investigate and see what's worth salvaging for the Brotherhood.
Okay, well... Okay. I appreciate you filling me in.
I did ask you to help, after all. It's only fair you're prepared for what you might find. Now, let's follow up on some leads from this report. I'd like to do a quick inspection of some key components that should be nearby. There's probably a terminal around here. If it's still running, we can do a diagnostics test. That will tell us about some of the less accessible hardware. The report mentioned that the machine's intake pump was under a lot of pressure. Let's find the release valve for that and give it a spin, see what happens. Finally, the lower core on this level should have a wiring box. Why don't we take a glance at that to get an idea of the electrical hookups?
Sure. What are we looking for in the diagnostic test?
The diagnostics test can tell us the state of some key components that we won't be able to test manually. Keep an eye on the state of each component and we'll want to look into them after the initial check.
I see. And how will we know if the release valve works properly?
The release valve is an emergency mechanism that can relieve pressure on the intake pipes if they come under stress. If all is well, we'll just be able to turn it and nothing out of the ordinary will happen.
Awesome. Okay. And what will the wiring tell us about the machine?
Think of the wires like the blood vessels of the machine.
Ooh.
Without the electricity running through them, nothing's going to work. We just need to do a little checkup and see what condition they're in.
I like you, Scribe Valdez. And this is embarrassing, but I have swamp gas. Got it. Let's go.
Should be a simple inspection. You can have point, but I'll be looking over your shoulder the whole way. Take note of the details and we'll discuss how it goes after.
Oh, well, if you're going to be looking over my shoulder...
Let's talk for a sec.
Hold on. Let me just, let me get rid of this. I'm sorry. I'm enjoying that way more than I should be. Okay. Let's take some of this. I got some Wellington, but I'm wanting to save it. We've got... Oh, I need to cook that. Ew, I just ate raw Super Mutant Hound. Potato crisp, popcorn. We got some water. Let's drink it up. Preserved Instamash, some Salisbury steaks. And I'm going to poop these out on the ground. There we go. I feel better. All right, so she just gave me that dialogue. Okay, now we can go to the diagnostics. So first, let's go over to this handy-dandy release valve and see what happens. For some reason, I feel like I'm going to flinch. What?
Are you okay?
What is that? That is not what a release valve is supposed to do. I'm fine. Are you okay? What the heck? All right. Well, now I'm real worried. Let's examine this wire box.
Looks like we've got company.
Oh, shredded by critters. Oh, I may have shot Scribe Valdez in the foot. This gun is too much fun.
Here we go.
Is there more? Ooh. Yeah, bring them on, baby. Oh, I love this gun. Sir.
We survived.
Okay, well, we've got one last thing, and hopefully it doesn't blow up in my face, because otherwise we won't be able to work this thing. Well, let's take a look. Atlas Diagnostics Terminal. Again, run diagnostics check.
That does it for the inspection. Let's
I see.
talk.
So we have check complete, key component status, core processing unit defunct, intake valves ruptured detected. Yeah, we were there for that. Ion focus misaligned, induction loop flux disruption detected. I think those are all bad things.
All right, let's go over the inspection results.
Yeah.
The diagnostics check revealed some issues. Flux disruption in the induction loop, intake valves ruptured, and the ion focus?
Yes, so misaligned.
Misaligned. Problematic to say the least. Next, we have the release valve. That went. Well, what was your assessment?
It went splody pow pow.
It certainly did. I'm going to mark that down as bad.
You are correct.
Last but not least, the wiring. The wires were...
I could say everything's just fine. Totally aluminized, completely completely platinum glazed. No. Okay, completely true. Mole rats are the prime suspect, considering I looked at them and they got mad. Or I looked at the wires and they got mad.
Yep. I think the warm reception they gave us also points to that.
Yes.
Okay, well, sorry about the pop quiz. But in general, you're handling yourself well.
Oh,
so
thanks.
far.
So I wasn't really expecting a test.
Nobody does, outside of a classroom. That's why I love to evaluate new prospects this way.
I see.
If I'm going to recommend you to Paladin Romani, I need to know you're serious.
I see.
Can you pay attention? Think on your feet? If you can, you earn my favor. If you can't, then, well, maybe I reconsider my recommendation. I'm worried about what our inspection turned up. There are a few parts I'd like to extract and examine in my lab. There's the pressure gauge, the core processor, and the ion focus. They should be upstairs. There's a lot I can learn from examining them if we can pull them out and get them back to my lab in decent condition. I want to take some notes on the core up there, so I'm going to leave the parts removal to you. Each extraction will be a little different, but in general, you'll want to use a light touch. I want the components in good condition, so please be careful. Any questions, or are you ready to get started?
Light touch. Okay. Why the pressure gauge?
You saw what happened when we tested the release valve. I want to examine the stress on the gauge. That could tell us if all that built-up pressure was normal or an anomaly. Oh, and you may have to pry it off, but be careful about it when the time comes.
You have the wrong guy. Tell me about the core, the CPU.
The brain of the machine. It's the component that coordinates all of the others. It should be slotted into a terminal somewhere. May take a little technical know-how to extract, but nothing you can't handle, I'm sure.
Yeah, totally. What do I need to do about the ion focus?
A very important and technical component. It helps force particles into a beam that the machine could fire to affect the weather. Somehow. Could take a bit of manual dexterity to pry loose without any damage.
Ooh, Scribe Valdez, did you just slip up? They were trying to control the weather. No wonder the military was involved. I'm ready to go.
I'm counting on you. Let's see what you can do.
Awesome. All right. Light-handed. 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 This is my most light-handed weapon. Okay. Just gonna... Light-handed. Oh, extract components. This release valve's not one of them? Oh. It did relieve pressure in her defense. Okay. Upstairs we go. Oh, she's beat me up here already. Okay. So, this is the release valve. Ion focus. I think let's start up here first. We've got the CPU here. And let's start here. So this is the pressure gauge. Let's take a look at this. Inside its container, a pressure gauge is attached with rusted screws. How will you go about extracting it? Strength. Unscrew the screws through the rust and remove its gauge. Yank gauge out without removing the rust. Oil the screws to remove the rust and lift the gauge out. Blast the screws off with your weapon and pull the gauge out. Leave. Well, we got some strength, so we're going to use our dexterity, which can in this game is also strength, and we're going to bust through that rust. Yeah, that worked like a charm. I really did want to blow it out, though. Like, just shotgun my way through it. Anyways, let's go over here. These rooms are connected, huh? So I imagine they already went through here with a fine-tooth comb, not cone, to get all the lore. So I doubt I'm going to find any on my own that isn't just attached in some way. All right, CPU, Atlas Central Processing Terminal. I would guess this probably has the CPU in it. Here we go. CPU management. Core processing management. Model USA 001-C. Processor ID, blah, blah, blah. Power active. No response from this system. Maintenance is recommended. Eject CPU. Emergency eject CPU. Power down and eject CPU. Well, I happen to be pretty smart with computers, and I think it would be best if we did not just eject the CPU. We should power down. Before we do that, let's check power status. Atlas system power is operational. Power output is 150% above expected levels and 350% above required levels. Output efficiency is 25% due to undiagnosed pathway failures. Recommend thorough examination and repair of conduit pathways to restore suitable level of output efficiency. Yeah, that all is real bad. Operation logs. Prototype test run, mixed results. Prototype test run, positive results. So, I see. Wow, we're getting lots. CPU firmware updated. Mixed results, negative results. CPU firmware updated. Looks like it got better as it went, but then they put it down because it was too expensive. Okay, let's go back. Let's power down this puppy and eject the CPU. There, we did it. Okay, that is... If you're ever working on your computer, do not pull components out. Unless you have a server that has hot swap drives, then you wouldn't be asking yourself these questions, I guess, if that were the case. But you power down your devices for you pull stuff out of them, okay? All right. All we have left is this puppy. Ion Focus. Inside its container, a miniaturized ion focus sits nestled in a bundle of tubes and wires. Aw, many of which are attached. How will you go about extracting it? Agility +8. Unhook each tube and wire from its source and lift everything out together while also parkouring. I added that part. Tear the connections away with your hands and wrench out the device. Gently unhook each tube and wire from the device and lift it out. Cut the tubes and the wires off and pry the device out. Leave. Well, we have agility +8. Let's get crazy with some parkour.
Oh, I thought of one more thing. Can you pick up the induction coil up there on the machine core?
Okay. You want me to do more things. This thing is crazy looking, right? Like, whoa. It changes weather. Induction coil. Here we go. Inside the container is an induction coil with 2 thick wires attached. One red, one blue. A low hum and the sound of static surrounds the device and the wires crackle. How will you go about extracting it? Luck +12. Cut both wires simultaneously. Unhook both wires and slide the coil out. Cut the red wire. A little shock won't hurt anything. Cut the blue wire. It seems shocky, but less so. Leave. Well, let's see if we can get lucky. We're gonna cut both wires simultaneously. Sha-sha-sha! Ah!
What's that?
Ow! Okay, that hurt more than I thought it would. What do we got here? Mysterious component. Should I grope this? Examine. A mysterious canister sits before you, pulsing with an eerie glow. How will you go about extracting it? Gently lift it out of its container. Quickly swap it out with a heavy sack of dirt. Pry it out using a weapon as a lever. Well, we're going to Indiana Jones this 150%. We swap it with a bag of dirt. Hiya!
That doesn't sound good.
Threat detected.
My dirt didn't work.
Kill.
Oh, look out!
Here we go.
Yes. Be careful. Where did these guys even come from? Hello! We need to talk about keeping our distances, don't we?
Hostile target detected.
You're the hostile one. Oh, this is bad. Owie. Better fear for your right arm. You know, I love that pepper shaker, but this semi-automatic quad shotgun's pretty amazing. Oh, Sky Valdez! Be careful! I know your Brotherhood.
I really hope your will's up to date.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm gonna have to use that. Hey, where are you going? Brain goob. Can't let you get along.
This is going to hurt you a lot more than me.
You sure about that? I think you have a brain in there. Excuse me, sir. That's rude. Hello. Hi. I'm going to shoot T-Pow-Pow you till you're dead. Well, I'm going to attempt to. It's dead. Scribe?
Calculate your chance of success to be. I don't want to be murdered.
Oh, what about yourself? Scribe? You doing all right there?
Whew. Whatever you did up there, the security system sure didn't like it. Thanks for the backup. I doubt I could have handled that on my own. Now that that's over with, let me take a look at what you've collected.
Yeah, sure.
The pressure gauge looks like it's in good condition. The core processor is pristine. Good work on that. The ion focus looks usable. Impressive. The induction coil seems fine. That's a relief. And what is this?
I don't know.
This is this ultrasight? Fascinating.
What?
This looks like some kind of compact power source. None of the documents, none of the terminals said anything about this. Did this power the whole machine?
You know, I did see multiple slots. They say ultrasight has unlimited potential from everything I've found.
The fuel of the future.
Yeah.
I'd heard the stories, but to think I could hold so much energy in my hands like this?
Yeah.
Project Atlas may be beyond our power to repair, but we might have something here. I expected the machine to use a small reactor's worth of energy. They condensed that into a container I can hold in my hands. Oh, I could do a lot with this. You were a big help. I'm sure you have what it takes to be an initiate, and soon. Here, take this letter to Paladin Romani. She'll make the final call on letting you into the Brotherhood, but my wreck may tip the scales. I'm going back upstairs to take a look at these components. I need to catalog our findings. If nothing else, this ultrasight battery has piqued my interest. There's a lot I could learn from reverse engineering it. Oh, I'm giving you access to my private terminal, too. It has all the logs we recovered from when we moved in.
Oh.
After what we just went through, I think you deserve to know more about Project Atlas. Take a look if you get some free time. Thanks again for your help, and good luck with the Paladin.
Wow, she is a polar opposite of... Ooh, Fact Finder shoots an additional projectile. Bullets explode and 25% less cost in VATS. Is that what it was? Mother of Invention. Wow, she is the polar opposite of Shin. I like her a lot, and I feel like I could trust her to have people's safety in mind. You doing all right there, Valdez? Okay, she's gone. Field testing. Prove your merit to Paladin Romani. So we have one left. Well, let's go up there. Ooh, big red button. I love those. Oh, that's where that went. Oh, I see. Well, that's got an auto shut on it. Okay, well, let's go in here and speak to Paladin Romani. She said they gave us letters, so I'm curious. Let's see. That's going to be under notes. So, Valdez's letter of recommendation. Here we go. Oh wow, this is pretty great. Paladin Romani, I hereby strongly recommend the bearer of this note for initiation into the Brotherhood. I have personally tested their competency. Aw, and she lied. She said I was good and believe that they can contribute to our mission at a high level. Their technical chops are impressive, and their combat prowess is such that they should have no issue holding their own in any fight we come across. Aw. Performance assessment follows. Discipline follows orders, but also capable of independent action. Technical ability exceeds expectations. Combat ability exceptional. Oh, was that it? Oh, that's it. Okay. I like Valdez. Okay, where's Shin? Shin's report. Is it going to be under Shin? Oh, did I not get one from him? I don't think I got a letter of recommendation from Shin. Okay.
Hope those kids we picked up are doing okay. What were their names again? Started with an M.
M?
We have to cut ourselves free from America to rebuild America. Take the old and forge it anew.
Sure. All right, let's talk to Romani. Paladin Romani.
Please do not touch anything without direct authorization from a Brotherhood member.
Okay, hold on.
Mission is soon. I'm tired of being stuck in
She's
Fort
awfully
Atlas.
pleasant.
Ah, you must be the one I've been hearing about. Paladin Layla Romani. What do you need?
Layla. Okay. So Scribe Valdez wrote me a letter of recommendation.
Well, between this and the report I have from Knight Shin, we can discuss you becoming a member of our order. Consider it carefully. Do you wish to join our ranks?
No, not really. I mean, I don't really... I feel like it's my duty to get involved with you guys because you seem like raiders. But that's not an option. So, Shin and Valdez both recommended me?
Both have given their approval to your initiate consideration. Yes.
Wow. Even Shin. What did Shin say about me?
Knight Shin said that your attitude regarding the role of the Brotherhood in relation to the civilian community was questionable. Nonetheless, he felt your intentions were honorable and suitable training would correct any deficiencies. Which means he probably thought I'd like you.
Uh-huh.
That remains to be seen.
Okay. Well, we know what Valdez says, but we'll ask you.
Given that you've clearly read her letter, I don't think I need to reiterate its contents. I'm going to trust her judgment, even if you need to learn to respect private communications.
Oh, there must have been a seal on it. Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. Okay, I had other questions.
Yes?
So what would it mean if I did join you guys?
Membership in the Brotherhood is a commitment to honor, duty, and service. You would begin as an initiate in our ranks. With time and training, you may one day join the scrolls as a knight or scribe, depending on your aptitudes and choices. On a day-to-day basis, Knight Shin would be your direct superior here.
Woof.
Though any of the officers may requisition you for missions if needed.
I don't know, you guys seem like jerks.
I know we can seem cold to outsiders, so I'll let that pass. What I want you to understand is that we are committed to helping the people of Appalachia. We want to aid in the restoration of civilization, and you could be a part of that. Consider it.
Okay, that sounds good, but Shin is not representing that. Shin is worried about Brotherhood, and Brotherhood only. Well, the only way forward is to join, I guess, so I'd like to join if you'll have me.
With the recommendations of Knight Shin and Scribe Valdez, I'm willing to consider you for membership. But first, I need to see how you handle yourself without direct supervision. In order to be effective in our operations here, we need to establish positive relations with the people of Appalachia. If we make them see us as a beneficial presence in the area, it will be much easier to secure cooperation in the future. We have reports of feral ghoul attacks on traders and travelers in the southwest forest region, indicative of a nest of some kind. I want you to clear it out.
Sounds kind of like a ploy. Well,
Disorder is to be expected in a place that lacked Brotherhood oversight for so long.
where is this nest?
Still,
We don't
this
know.
is-
Our initial reports on the attacks came from a family of farmers, the Putnams, that we passed on the way into the region. I think their sons were rather starstruck when we showed up. I almost expected the older boy to follow us when we left. You should start your search there. They may know more. You can find them at the old Lewis and Sons farming supply.
Okay. So why haven't you had some of the other initiates do this already?
While I'm not in the habit of explaining my priorities to would-be recruits, you may have noticed there's a lot of work to be done here. You doing it accomplishes the mission and adds another member to our ranks. 2 birds, 1 stone.
So nobody showed the combat prowess to defend themselves, is what you're telling me. Okay, well, I'm not going to worry about an extra reward, 'cause I don't care about it. I think I have everything I need.
Very well. Do this, and you will be one of us, with all the rights and responsibilities of a full member of the Brotherhood of Steel. Ad Victoriam.
Ad Victorian.
I am a link in the chain that binds. And that is what keeps this order together.
Okay. Well, this is something. Welcome to the Fallout 76 Steel Dawn Brotherhood expansion. We're just gonna roll it in with the full story that we're doing here anyways, but this will be the intellectually challenged version of that. Because I have done Steel Rain on my bloodied character. If you guys want to see what that looks like, I will post it up here in the right-hand side. You'll see that. And that is all the time we have in this episode. Let's go through our loot real quick and check in on our mission. So now we're field testing, and we got that mission. I like Valdez. I do not like Shin. I think Shin does not have the interest of the people, so that's a bummer. We did get some sweet booty loot.
Time mourning for defiance and more time
Let's
here. For Appalachia's future will be
take a look at it. Scribe Valdez's terminal password. So next time, I think we'll start off by reading that and finding out what's going on. But we got the fact finder. Look at this stud of a hand cannon. It's gorgeous. I had to think about what I was going to say there because it wasn't going to be appropriate. Shoots an additional projectile, so it's 2-shot. Bullets explode for AoE
link in the chain that
and
binds.
25% less
That
cost
is what keeps
in
this
VAT
order
action points. If only they didn't ruin pistol builds, because I had a Vash the Stampede build that I really
Greetings,
wanted
civilian.
to work. But it does not, because pistols just don't do
We'll
enough.
make Atlas
Everything's a
stronger
bullet
than
sponge.
Fort Defiance ever.
Anyways, this looks gorgeous, and I can't believe it took them 2.5 years to bring the bull barrel from Fallout 4, but I'm glad they brought it. I've got some sweet blue camo paint. We'll see if they went all the way and made it so that you could apply it to the whole barrel, unlike all the other paints. So, that is all the time we have in this episode, guys. When we come back, we will go through with the mission that Romani wants us to do. Let's clear out some... We love clearing out ghouls, don't we? If you like the video, slap that like button. If you want to see the other videos in this series and the other series I have on my channel, hit that subscribe button and a little bell icon so you know when we come out with new content. And to make sure you know when we come out with new content, hit those links for Twitter and Discord down below. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Elders have so much to teach us. I hope I'll get to meet them in person someday. Ad Victoriam.
Day and night.
Is that
I'm never gonna make a name for myself holding down the fort.
You're doing a great job holding.
When do I get to go out and prove
holding
my
down
worth?
the fort. That's some kind of routine you do to to stay limber. Okay.